Let's try this again. I started this and I made a nasty comment. I can't. We have to edit that out. Not fitting at the moment. Sorry. Not a dream. Acts 12. Wake up, sleeper, rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. Ephesians. Yeah, I kind of made a smart aleck remark there. I'm a work in progress. Do as I say. It's like living in a dream you can't wake up from. People who struggle with what's sometimes called derealization or depersonalization often feel like nothing around them is quite real. While those who chronically have this feeling can be diagnosed with a disorder, it's believed to be a common mental health struggle, especially during stressful times. But sometimes the feeling persists even when life is seemingly good. It's as if our minds can't trust the good things. It's as if our minds can't trust that good things are really happening. Scripture describes a similar struggle of God's people at times to experience his power, and deliverance as something real, not just a dream. In Acts 12, when an angel delivers Peter from prison and possible execution, the apostle is described as being in a daze, not sure it was really happening. When the angel left him outside the jail, Peter finally came to his senses and realized it had all been real. In both bad times and good, it can be hard sometimes to fully believe or experience that God is really at work in our lives. But we can trust that as we wait on him, his resurrection power will one day become undeniably, wonderfully real. God's light will rouse us from our sleep into the reality of life with him. Ephesians 5. Why is it sometimes hard for you to feel God's power and love? How can you experience his love more tangibly? Dear God, thank you that in good times and bad, whether I can feel it or not, you are real, creating new life and hope. 1 second there. I was trying to think of a question, but I may be wrong about this, but I have to remind myself this frequently, especially now the way that our country is in the politics and all this garbage. I have to remind myself, none of this lasts. I don't believe the republic gets saved. I don't believe that they finally get the right guy in for president, or man or woman for that case, that turns this thing around, or whatever the case is. As human beings, we are just corruptible, and we're going to run it into the ditch. That's just what we do. So I know in the end, I know how the book ends, and it does. Everything gets recycled. So it's really, I have to remind myself, why are you investing in this place, in this system? Like people got the bumper sticker, not of this world. Well, spiritually we're not of this world, but we're in this world, so we get tied up in it. That's another video. But anyhow, it's just I think we all want something better. We know this. We have this potential that this all can be better. But can it really? I mean, can it really? It's just like I look at that. I could be totally alone in this. I look at our government, our country. We're not voting our way out of this. Okay, I see Phoenix from the ashes and hope you're part of that. Um, yeah, I can't see how you turn this around. I could be wrong. But anyhow, for the world, this, like I said, this whole thing gets recycled. Um, this is it's a bad investment. See, we are passing through. So if things aren't going well for you, and I get that. People have bad stuff happen to them all the time, but I have to remind myself, because for me, I typically understand if things aren't going well, it's usually my fault. Okay, or it's because I'm having to be in a situation where I'm connected to other people. The 99% of all my problems come from other people. They bring it to me, or it's an employee or something. They're bringing the issue, and you got to figure it out, deal with it. You got to manage the situation. You're the you have to contain this environment that you're operating. But my own troubles, okay, I'll deal with it when I can. Whatever the case, it's nothing in the world. I've never been very good at anything in my mind. So if I can't fix it this week, I'll have to fix it next week. It's always been like that. So I'm rambling here. But as far as the world, I get really frustrated with the way the world is, where our country is, with the politics and all that. And that's foolish. If I really believe what I'm saying, it's foolish. I'm speaking for myself, not you, or, you're going to believe what you're going to believe. But, yeah. If things aren't so hot, well, because here's another thing, too, people forget. Jesus, the gospel is a deliverance ministry. What are we to be delivered from? Ourselves, our own actions, or, self-inflicted wounds, health, disease, okay, persecution from other people, crime, all kinds of bad things happen in this world. This is not heaven. So we're to be delivered from our situation here, because it's a deliverance ministry. That being the case, if that's the situation, then this must not be that great a place. I'm not being ungrateful. It's just, okay, there's crap happens here. That's the way it is. Anyhow, I'll shut up. Love you. God bless.